Hello and welcome to Windswept Designs. My name is Windswept Monique, and today I'll be walking you through how to do a two-color cable. You may be surprised to learn that a two-color cable is actually surprisingly very easy. If you can do a one-color cable, you can do a two-color cable. All you need is yarn in two different colors. Today I'll be using the purple as my main color and the green as my contrasting color, and a cable needle. Whatever type of cable needle you prefer is fine. For the purposes of today, I'm going to go ahead and use this smaller needle. I think it might be easier for you folks to see. All I've done so far is cast on 15 stitches and then work 5 rows in garter stitch back and forth. So I'm going to do a braid type cable today. I'm going to do 3 stitches of purling on either end and then a 9-stitch braid in the middle so I can show you how this all works. So I'm going to go ahead and work my cable. I'm going to start with the main color because I have a purl border. So I'm going to purl 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and bring the contrasting color in right here. You, of course, will do that whatever your cable chart says is necessary. So for the initial, you don't need to worry about locking it in place too much because when you weave in your ends, you'll lock the initial end in. So I'm going to knit 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then here's the trick. On the flip side, I'm going to lay that contrasting color across and bring up the main color over it. And that's it. That's all you need to do to lock it in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and knit those next 6 stitches to finish this row. And then purl the last 3. And voila! I have 1 row with 2 contrasting colors. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and now I'm going to work back in the same pattern. I have to knit 3, since I have a border that's purl on the right side. I'm going to knit those on the wrong side. And now when you're going to work every color you meet with the color to match it. So I'm working all these stitches in the main color until I reach my contrast color. So here, all I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to lay my main color across it, and then I'm going to grab my, put the tail out of the way, I'm going to grab my contrast color and bring it up and over. And then I'm going to purl those 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm done with my contrast color. It popped up a little bit there because it's my initial stitch. Just pull that tail down to clear it out of the way. Lay the contrast color over and bring up the main color again. Here I've done my 9 stitches for the actual cable in the middle, and I'm at my border, so I'm going to knit those 3. 1 and 3. So now, let me flip this around, and now we're going to actually do a cabling row, so you'll see what that looks like. So, here's what I have so far. Now, since this is purl in the front, I'm going to bring the yarn to the front and purl the first 3 stitches to do my border. Oops, that one. 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to start doing an actual cable. So you can see what that looks like. In this case, I'm going to bring those contrast stitches to the front. I'm going to slide these onto a cable needle, bring those in front, and then I work the next 3 stitches just as if it was all one color. Now I'm going to work off the cable needle, so I'm going to bring this over and bring the contrast color up. And now just make sure I'm working off the correct set of needles. There, now we can see it a little better. Now I'm going to work 1, 2, 3. 3 colors in my 3 stitches in my contrast color. Put my cable stitch. Cable will go down, bring this across the back, bring the main color up and over, and work the last 3 stitches in the cable itself. 1, 2, 3, and then I have a purl edge. 1, 2, stitch slip off, put that back on the needle, and there's 3. So now I have my first set of cross stitches. The back, you can see that the yarn is locking itself in place. So I don't have to worry about any puckering or anything like that. Let's go ahead and work back across. So I flip this over, we have the reverse side now. So I find that this technique is easier than some of what I was taught for intarsia. So I actually kind of consider this more intarsia adjacent than actual intarsia. I have gone ahead and worked up an entire large baby blanket in intarsia. It was not my favorite technique, I will be honest, but it did come out beautiful. But I find that this technique is much easier. So lay it across, bring the next color up and over, mark those 3 stitches, 2, and 3, lay it across, bring the next color up and over, and continue on the row. Now, like intarsia, you are going to eventually have to untwist the yarn periodically, but it's a lot less than I found when having to do plain intarsia, especially if you were working a million colors in a row. And the result, in my opinion at least, is very, very worth it. So let's flip it over again. And now we're going to go ahead and work one more front row. Purl the 3 at the edge. And then we're going to work main color for 3 stitches. We cabled the last row, so we're not going to cable this row. We're just going to work straight across. So lay it across, bring the contrast color up and over, work these 3 stitches in contrast color, 1, 2, and 3. Lay it across, bring the main color up and over, and work to the end of the row. 1, 2, 3, and then the purl border. 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and do 2 more rows so you can see what cabling in the back will look like. So we're going to go back across the wrong side row one last time for this demonstration. 1, 2, 3. There's the border. Now let's work on the cable itself. 1, 2, 3, and lay it across. Bring the contrast color up and over. 1, 2. Oops, I just fell off the needles. No, never fear if a stitch falls off the needles, just pick it up, put it right back on. There's 3. So lay that across and bring the main color up and over. And 1, 2, 3, and then the border. Knit. 1, 2, 3. So there we go. So let me flip this over one last time. And this is going to be the last row of demonstration, so you can see what the cabling back looks like. There's a purl border. 1, drop that stitch. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to knit the first 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. Grab my cable needle. Put these 3 stitches on the cable needle. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drop that in the back. I'm still working with my main color, so I'm just going to bring that main color in front of the cable needle but behind my main needle. And then knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring that back behind all my needles. And then bring the contrast color up and over. See that there. So I've got that. Bring the contrasting color up and over. I've got my left needle here, my right needle here, and my cable needle. Yeah, oh, just drop stitches. Don't worry. Never ever panic when you drop stitches. Just put them right back on the needle. Okay, so tug that through a little bit more so I don't drop any more stitches. So left needle, right needle, cable needle. So let me bring that right needle to the back. So I'm working now off of my cable needle and my right needle. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So now my cable needle is done for this row. Bring that across, bring the main color up and over. And 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. You have a 2-color cable, and all the yarn is locked in place. There's no weird gaps between the colors. Everything shows itself there. If you look at the back, you can see, still no weird gaps or holes showing through. If you can do a 1-color cable, you can do a 2-color cable. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. You can email me, windsweptmonique@gmail.com. Visit me on the web at windsweptknits.com. Thanks. Bye-bye.